Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, I do not feel compelled to react to every single piece of information that comes out about this film. Especially a 3-second clip of David Cornsweet's Superman flying for the first time, because frankly, I really don't care. That's why this video isn't so much about the clip itself as it is about the reaction to it. And this involves certain people once again acting as if this movie is somehow above criticism. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times before. Nothing or no one is above criticism. The more you put out there, the more that people are going to react to it. And if you're the type of person where that bothers you, then maybe you shouldn't be on the internet. Let's discuss.
I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
So over the weekend, we got our first official look at Superman flying in James Gunn's upcoming Superman film. And there has been a lot of online conversation as it pertains to the quality of that clip, and whether or not it is representative of what the final product will actually look like. For me, like most things with this movie, it just looked painfully mediocre, which is exactly why I didn't have much of a reaction to it at all. In fact, all I really did was retweet the clip saying, I'm struggling to find things about this movie to be optimistic about. A relatively harmless take, considering most people were just coming right out and calling it shit. But still, that's not enough for some of these James Gunn fans. Now, the response to this tweet was predictable. I had people calling me an incel. I had people telling me they don't give a fuck about my opinion. And I also had people taking personal shots at me towards my family for some reason. And these are the type of people, mind you, that are trying to lecture me and call me toxic. Imagine that.
My, how the tables have turned.
As I've said many times before, the conversations around this movie are infinitely worse than anything we've actually seen in any of these reveals. Josh from Den of Nerds said it best. He said, quote, "So it feels like I can't comment on Superman without the tweet going a bit crazy. The f*** am I supposed to do about that? I'm just giving my opinion." What you are supposed to do in that situation is keep sharing your opinion, good or bad, because f*** those people. I don't know what world these people are living in where they think everyone is going to tell them exactly what they want to hear. Wouldn't film discussions be pretty boring if we all agreed with each other and just sat around and circle jerked each other all day? These people have lost the plot when it comes to film discussion. And it has everything to do with their tribalism bullshit. They are actually delusional about what it is that people are actually criticizing about this movie. And rather than actually hear people out and try to hear a different perspective, they go on the defensive, and this is the type of weak-minded shit that I'm getting tired of.
S-O-F capital T, soft, huh?
I had one person tell me it doesn't matter what this movie looks like. The fact that they are finally giving crypto attention makes up for all of it. Well, I'm glad that works for you personally, but for me, I'm looking for a little bit more than a CGI dog in my cinematic experiences. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just because this movie is presumably giving you exactly what you are looking for, doesn't mean that it's giving everyone what they are looking for. Some people are not so quick to lower the bar to accommodate a multi-billion-dollar organization. I saw another tweet in response to some people's reactions to this clip that said, quote, "Am I being gaslit? Like, what about it looks bad? So now everyone are cinematographers? You all are not real." First of all, if you feel like you are genuinely being gaslit, then you have no one to blame for that but yourself. Because most of what I've seen up until this point are people sharing an opinion, and that is not gaslighting. Also, you do not have to be an expert in cinematography to have an opinion on the way a film looks. Again, if it's visually appealing to you, that does not mean that it's going to be visually appealing to everyone. A lot of people don't seem to understand this about me personally, so let me educate you. I'm a film fan before I'm a comic book movie fan, which means I look at everything from a filmmaking perspective. So if I say that the cinematography in Superman looks like shit so far, that has everything to do with me being able to recognize what kind of cinematography I enjoy based on the movies I've already seen. If you've seen great cinematography in other movies, it's pretty easy to spot the difference with whatever we are getting with the Superman movie.
It's true.
And this is also why I'm more than confident in challenging this notion that James Gunn is some kind of writing and directing genius. Now, his style might work for certain types of projects, it might work on a certain type of audience, but if anyone is suggesting that this man is some kind of top-tier writer and director, then I suggest you watch more movies. Another tweet I came across is pretty much the epitome of everything wrong with modern audiences. And this comes from the Twitter account Vengeance that said, "His face is weird. It looks like CW. Color grading. Am I the only one who doesn't give a f***? Like, who cares?" Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here to suggest that since you are tweeting this in response to things that you've seen, that apparently means that a lot of people care about these things. What this person is basically saying is, they don't care what it looks like, they're going to enjoy it anyway.
You're really talking about just raising your standards.
And you know what? In a normal situation, it would be fine to take that approach. The problem is these people take their narrow-minded opinions and use them to attack people with legit criticisms. I mean, I'm sure some people would prefer it if the movie they paid their hard-earned money to watch actually looks good. Some people expect a product from a major motion picture studio to have a certain level of effort and resources put into it. And if people are not impressed with what they are seeing, they are more than entitled to say so, regardless of how it makes you feel. You have to take your emotions out of it. You did not work on this film. You are not receiving any income from it. So why do you give a shit if people feel like the visuals are off-putting? This is the type of weak-minded, you people are never happy, corporate apologist bullshit that is absolutely destroying the movie industry. Complacent audiences make for lazy studios and uninspired hired hand filmmakers. And that, my friends, is how you end up with mediocrity or worse. This clip is not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's certainly not above criticism in any way, shape, or form. It looks cheap, it looks awkward, and as some people put it, something looks off about it. And it's perfectly acceptable to say so.
Y'all be cool. Right on.